Hi, fellas. Welcome to another Escapement Show. We've got our Steam panel. We've got JCB. We've got Ben from Under Watches. We've got Lucha Betting Mark in the house. And we've got Abdul our Watches all the way from Cairo in Egypt. So he's the one enjoying the sun along with JCB. Nice sunny day out there, I think, isn't it, Abdul? Beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Oh, wow. Beautiful day.
Well, you're always on location somewhere beautiful.
Yeah.
You got the life, bro.
He's living the life, isn't he? Yeah, so... let's do this. We're going to be talking two-tone watches today. So I was wearing two-tone watches. Let's do a wristwatch check. We'll start with you, Abdul.
I'm wearing my 1601 Datejust from 1976. That was my grandfather's watch that he always wore on weekends. He had a date for the weekdays. And he gave me this before he passed away. It's a rose gold two-tone. I usually take off the bracelet and wear it with a strap, just because I'm not a big fan of the flashy look of the two-tone. But on a strap, it's just so nice. I feel it's very, let's say, classy.
That's gorgeous, Abdul. Beautiful.
It's really beautiful, and a fabulous story behind it.
Yeah, fabulous story to have your grandfather's watch. That's just amazing. Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Mark, what are you wearing?
I am wearing the ultimate go anywhere, do anything watch. My Omega Aquaterra turquoise lacquer dial 41.
The Aqua Tundra.
That dial is so cool.
The dial
Yeah.
The new
Shows that dial a bit big. Shows that dial a bit more. Bring it close to the camera. That dial, enamel dial, isn't it?
Yeah, well, lacquer. It's
lacquer dial
with a fume effect, and it's got the new bracelet on it with the comfort setting. And when you get the 41 millimeter, you get the upgraded caliber 8900 with the double barrel coaxial escapement.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. I love this watch.
Beautiful
It's
watch.
gorgeous. I'm so glad you wore that. As soon as they released, that's a fairly new release. As soon as they saw it, I was like, that is the coolest Aquaterra.
I saw it, and I actually put a story on my Instagram, just said, take my money. This is next. And my AD, I was actually doing a show, and my AD sent me a picture of it. He's like, hey, this just came in. Are you still interested? And I was like, just hold it for a couple hours. I'll be out. But yeah, it's gorgeous.
Did you have to travel?
About 50 minutes. A little under.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Is there a taper on the bracelet there, Mark?
Yeah, just slight. It's about 2 millimeters taper. It's
gorgeous.
Not fun, but that new bracelet
it's got president vibes, doesn't it?
It's like the Shades bracelet, the one that they did on the 38 millimeter shades, 38 and 34s, but it has like a little comfort setting in it, which was always I've owned a couple Aquaterras, and the bracelet was on the old ones. That were on this one, it's the smaller links, the comfort setting. And they fixed the crown. The crown's a little easier to use now. So.
Okay, yeah, it's a sizable crown. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Mark.
Thank you.
Ben, what have you got on wrist?
Rolex Polar Explorer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what can you say?
Beautiful.
16570. 5-digit reference. I'm up in the big smoke today, so thought I'd put on something a bit special. To me, anyway.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful watch. JCB, my friend.
Buddy,
I love you. JCB's got a new backdrop. Don't you love his backdrop?
Yeah, man. He's like Tom Cruise at a cocktail
look
there.
at it. Look at it. Cocktail.
With the shirt and everything. Yeah, baby.
And we're in the all this Zenith talk today with the Revolution collab with the new cover girl. I thought I'd bust out the Zenith, the Captain, and it's messing with my background there. Got it on this cool custom. I got this custom made. What is this thing? Ostrich leg blue suede. Got a blue suede strap.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is that combat straps, JCB?
I got it from a guy in. This is a guy in Vietnam called HD Straps. If you're on Facebook at all, this guy's in all the watch forums. He's always spruiking his shit in there, and he made this. This cost me like $90 USD to get made up.
Yeah,
it's really cost like it's the price is really cheap for what you get. Like a combat straps or Aaron Bespoke, this would cost you about $300 or something.
Yeah.
So this guy does them for about $90. Get onto him. HD straps. Look, it's not the most top quality, but for what you pay, I think it's really, really good value. So
really beautiful.
From where I'm looking, that looks kick ass. That's a kick ass combo. Love it.
Cheers, man.
You could have told me 5 times the price. I would have believed you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's it's cool. Nice leather backing, obviously. Yeah, no, it's just a cool thing. If you get into straps, and I just find it's for that sort of money to be able to customize your watch to get something. It's you can go crazy. You can go all different colors, and it just makes it feel like you're wearing a new watch when you go crazy with a strap.
Yeah.
So So,
the watch itself, JCB. There's a lot of talk of GADA watches lately. Like that is really, it's like the ultimate universal, go anywhere, do anything, all rounder.
Yeah, it's a killer piece. This one, I think it's a little bit on the dressier side, but it's still a sports watch. Like it's a chronograph, right? So I bought this one to wear actually as a watch with a suit, like when I go to work. With a suit, because I don't like dress watches. I thought, I want to get a dressy chronograph, so this one really fits the bill. And you can wear this one anywhere. I
it's
don't
gorgeous.
wear it with a shirt. You can rock with a t-shirt if you want. Yeah, it's just a cool one. The Captain range is a really, like, not many people know about this line in Zenith. Like it was around like in the 2010s to like. Maybe I think it was 2009 till about 2017 or 18 or something like that. It had not a major, huge production run, but really elegant, just a really nice design. And I saw the design, I just loved it. I was like, man, I've got to have that watch. Really,
it has a really shallow dial as well, which just makes it look more luxurious.
Man, that's it. One of the things about this watch. Thank you, Ben, for noticing that the shallow dial. Like the handset. It's really close to the dial, and when you see that on a watch, I think it just the way I describe it is it in your head it makes you think that the tolerances are really, really small on the watch. It's just one of those visual things that when you have a shallow dial and the handsets, everything's down on the dial. It just makes it feel like it's a quality, like the quality level in your head just goes up another few notches. So
couldn't agree with you more.
Absolutely
beautiful. I remember you put me onto HD straps, JCB, because I bought one for my Panerai. I bought a strap for my Panerai from Aaron Bespoke, and it cost me about £300, as you say, and. I think HD straps was about £80, £90, like you say, and the quality isn't as amazing as Aaron Bespoke, but it's up there. It's right up there. I got a Python skin strap for my Zenith A384 from HD straps, and it's really nice, really nice. Quick release. It's a beauty.
Yeah. I had almost the very same strap, but it was a different color. It was a tan color that I got from Aaron Bespoke, and I think I paid €220, which would be probably 300 Aussie dollars. I had it on a Cartier tank, but if anything, the quality was probably a bit too good because I tried to use it with a deployant deployment buckle, and it was too thin for it. It was just a really good strap, but very, very similar to yours. I must check him out. I'd like something like that.
So I'm with Ben today, and I'm wearing my Polar Explorer.
Nice.
Hola.
Nice, man.
Polar.
We don't see you rocking that one very much, Thomas. Good to see it
No,
out.
yes, I've been wearing it past couple of days. It's beautiful. I love it. It could be a one and done for me, to be honest with you. I mean, Lucio Buller first put me onto this when he had his before he traded it in for his two-tone bluesy, which brings me onto the topic. Really, I mean,
Bluesies. Yeah.
I mean, I started this topic, and it goes back to a stream that JCB and myself were on the original Watch Talk with the Punters channel, which was Lucio Buddha's stream. So I just dropped the link to that in case you want to check it out later on. And it was a really good one. And I got together a few two-tone pieces, and we talked about them. And it was a really, really fun one. So I thought I'd do an upgrade. That was 4 years ago, I think, or 5 years ago now.
Back about 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, and so I thought I'd do an updated version of it with a few new pieces chucked in, and some of the ones from there chucked in as well. But please check that stream out. It was a great stream. It was really good fun. Great to hear Bruce's voice on it, and as always, I always go back and listen to it and just to hear him. And so I'm wearing this watch for him today, so it's one of the watches he traded in his Explorer 1 and his Explorer 2 so he could get his bluesy. And so I'll just say hello to a few of the chat. Let's go back to the top. We got Seb Nelly, first in the house. Jamie Opulence. Gold seems to be all the rage. Hashtag one Breguet is all you need. He's in love with his Breguet Classique at the moment. We've got Junior Johnson. Hi, guys. Hi, Dean. Rich Midge. Good evening. Good afternoon to you. Yes.
Hey,
Jim Milley. Morning, guys. Jim. Hope you're doing well, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Mason, my friend. Greetings, Watch Humans.
Mason.
Madman. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
Hey.
He's a massive two-tone fan. He bought Archie's Maserati dial Daytona off him, didn't he?
Well, I had dinner with Madman a couple of months ago, and I tried on his bluesy that night. He was wearing the bluesy, and I was like, man, bluesy, such a cool watch, man. Love it.
Yeah. We got Mason one saying he doesn't have a two-tone watch yet, but as he mentions far too often, his next will be the CQ Glassita CQ bicolor. But today has to make do with a motor heritage. Poor you, Mason.
We all have our struggles.
Poor Mason.
That CQ bicolor is a beautiful watch, though.
I love the CQ. I love it.
We got my good friend Hans Wilstork. Hope you're doing good, my friend.
I love these names.
Good morning, everyone. Russell 996.
Hey,
Hope
Russ.
you're doing well, my friend. Morning, Watch from Essex.
Good morning.
Jock
Russ.
in the house.
Jock.
Good to see you, Jock.
Yeah.
Hey, Jock.
And Turtle Night. Madman,
Hey,
it's early. How can it be good night? Different hemispheres. Dog Mick in Florida. Good to see you. Just woke up.
The Global Watch Channel.
I'm going to watch while I go back to sleep. But I want to say hello. It looks like JCB's into eating. You take your time, Doc. You take your time, Doc Mick. Yeah, have a rest and really watch a replay if you want, my friend. Anyone else in the house? Phoenician Cedar. Good
Hey,
to see you. Howdy.
Howdy.
And Tom Austin. Good to see you, Tom. Doxination. Yeah, that was pretty good mantra. And Young Excellency. Great to see you. Just make you moderator, my friend.
Safe travel, Young.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been made a moderator. Yeah. Good to see you, Young Excellency. Yeah, great to see you. So, as I said, Blue Shirt was... we did a stream of Blue Shirt, and I thought the topic's two-tone, so I thought the best watch to start talking two-tone about would be this watch.
Bluesy.
The Bluesy.
Oh, man.
So, what do we think of this, guys? It's a Blue Shirt's watch released in 2020, a thoroughly contemporary incarnation of the sub-bluesy, they call it, Rolex.
Well, when I was sort of coming up in the watch game, I always thought of this watch as like an old man's watch, and I fucking hated it. I was like, the idea of this watch is just so cliched. It's just bullshit, that's what I thought. But then the first time I tried on, actually, I met up with Archie when he came down to Melbourne once, and I tried on his bluesy. He's got the 40 mil version. I think this is the 41 version up on the screen. Anyway, man, I fell in love. Totally changed my thinking on the watch. It was just in the pictures, the gold comes up really bright, but in real life, it's a lot more subtle. Yeah. The blue is very deep blue, and it's just all around great watch. And then I caught up with Madman a few months ago, wore his one, and again, it just cemented it for me. It's just a beautiful watch. Love the bluesy.
Yeah, Madman's saying it's just so easy to wear. It's hard to keep it off the wrist.
Yeah, it's such a great watch, man. Like, you've got to have one. Like, it's easy to look at it and go, yeah, that's just whatever. But once you've got one on your wrist, changes the game. It's a game changer. It's killer watch.
Yeah, and Jim saying blues is an icon.
It's absolutely an icon.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who had in fact he still has it, the aluminum bezel bluesy, and it was the first Rolex I ever tried on. And
really?
Yeah, it was just a stunning watch, even in the old iteration. And it's really classic. It's just something that when you see it, you know it instantly.
I mean, what do we think to two-tone in general? I mean, do we think it's a sort of watch the style of watch that you grow into as you get older? Do we feel that it's the type of watch that people from different countries, gravitate to more to sort of try and aspire to wealth and show their wealth, just because of the trends of different countries? Mm-hmm. I find that when I used to go on holiday to Turkey, the people would be wearing two-tone watches, very cheap ones, but it'd be the sort of trend to look important and wealthy, and
it gives you that little pop of gold, obviously, right? It's a stepping stone in between steel and a full gold watch, right? If you don't want to go the full gold, because that might just be a bit too full on for you, so you can go into the two-tone where you're just getting that little touch of luxury, on a steel watch. As I said, when I was sort of coming up and I was a bit younger, I thought that's a bit of an old man sort of thing. But these days now, I'm all for it, man. I reckon it's cool if it's on the right watch, and it can look really cool. Yeah,
it really is like a wave, like where they kind of comes in and out, like in the watch community. You'll see times when, boom, two-tone is all the rage, and then all of a sudden, why would you have two-tone? Yeah,
I think it elevates the watch. I think it elevates it above just the steel bracelet. When you look at, say, the new GMT, I think JCB called it the Bruce Wayne. We call it the Guinness over here. I think we're thinking about the same watch with the black and grey bezel.
Yeah. Same one.
So when you look at the later version of that with the steel only, I'll compare it with, especially on a Jubilee bracelet, with the gold one from a couple of years ago. I just think the gold one looks absolutely next level.
Yeah, it's next level.
The two-tone gold.
Yeah.
And the same with Datejust. I think, whether it be a rose gold two-tone or a yellow gold two-tone, it just raises the game big time.
Yeah. And I think also, like, it would, just on the topic of Rolex, like maybe, the pre-ceramics and the sort of the 4 and 5 digit ones had that sort of vintagey, sort of older feel to them. The new ones, the ceramics and the way that they're manufactured now, they're just on such a different level from a machining point of view. They just feel so much more modern, those watches, that like a young person can wear them really quite easily. I think there's no problem at all.
Yeah,
and I know Rolex do. I think Rolex do two-tone better than anyone. But obviously you don't want to go down a Rolex rabbit hole. But just the way they do their gold, the way they do their yellow and rose gold is, when you see it in the steel or in the metal, it's just next level.
Yeah. Agree.
I think that could be just because that's Rolex is what brand you've seen most in two-tone. You may not have seen a lot of other two-tone watches. Billy's saying I've had 2 blues and the new one. The one I like best was the first one and the solid blue face. They call the Smurf. I like that better than the new one. And Jamie's just saying, bluesy with a pop of sunshine and you're on fire. Sorry, Ben, did I cut you off?
No, not at all. No, but no, not at all. The bluesy sometimes, in Ireland here, it's kind of got a bit of a reputation of being a kind of a criminals. Their first foray into luxury watch.
In Egypt, two-tone is basically like the step above steel. Like for the past maybe 10 years, 15 years, or even more, like from let's say 70s even. The two-tone is basically, if you're a banker, if you're a pilot, these kind of jobs, if you're a manager, you get yourself a two-tone one for the weekend and maybe a steel date or a Submariner or whatever for the weekdays. And still until now, like my friends, almost every one of them is wearing a two-tone watch, a two-tone Daytona, a two-tone GMT, because for them, for us as well, as Muslims, the idea of full gold on men is, let's say, not so good, so prohibited, let's say. So the two-tone one feels like, okay, if I'm wearing a two-tone watch, I'm not wearing a full gold one. So they can find somehow a way to justify having a little bit of gold on the watch.
I thought about that. Sorry, Tom.
Sir Ben, go ahead.
I've been thinking about that recently, Abdul, and I think what you're saying is very, very pertinent. I was actually looking at Oisin O'Malley recent video, and he wears a solid gold Submariner. And I think your point is really good, because like a solid gold sub is it's just like it'll draw criminals like magpies. It's too ostentatious. Whereas the two-tone gives you that, but I'd be much more comfortable wearing a two-tone than a solid gold piece, I have to say.
Yeah.
I had my second Rolex was a aluminum bezel, because I'm old, but it was the two-tone sub in black. And I actually got the black down because I had 2 friends who had the bluesy. And they didn't want it to look like we were all the same, but and I live in Pittsburgh, so black and gold's always
beautiful. It's a beautiful watch.
Well, Brent says here the root beer is brilliant, and I must agree, I prefer it over the bluesy, the root beer. And I think Retrieval actually has just got a full gold bluesy, so congratulations to him. But the two-tone bluesy is a classic for me. I just prefer that rose gold hue to the yellow gold hue.
Very subtle.
Yeah, I mean, CHNR stands for chocolat noir, so it's chocolate. You got the chocolate bit at the bottom and the black bit at the top on the bezel, and rose gold and steel, beautiful. Yeah, I mean,
it's a killer watch, man. I went to a red bar one day, and there was the actual barman at the place where we was wearing this watch. He was serving us drinks.
Nice.
And it was, man, I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was so nice. The way it's just really subtle. The toning is just really nice. It doesn't jump up in your face, but when you see it, it just looks so classy. There's a beautiful, beautiful watch. This one, the Rupia, killer watch. Man.
Yeah, agreed. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Ben, Rolex. You say Rolex do two-tone the best. I mean, we could talk Rolex. We could turn it into a Rolex-a-thon, but I don't want to do that. But we'll go through quite a few pieces of theirs. Here's one you wanted to bring up, JCB. The Rolex GRNR, which is often called the Zombie, the Bruce Wayne, or the Guinness. Pick of names. Released the Watches and Wonders in 2023. This is steel and yellow gold. So
yellow gold, yeah. Well, I thought, like, we've sort of seen, we know the bluesy, we know the root beer. I think this one, I think the Bruce Wayne is the steel version, and then when it's with the gold, we call it the Guinness. I think Ben was saying before. This one, look, I don't like the steel one at all because, like, I've got a Batgirl, right? And I'm like, what? Like, the blue is what makes the watch. Like, why would you have a steel watch with the gray? Like, if you want to be boring and blend in, okay, fine, go and do what you want to do. But this one here with the gold, the whole thing just pops now. It just changes the whole deal. I think it's really cool. I like it. Do I like it more than a bluesy or a root beer? I'm not sure. I still haven't seen this one in the metal. But I just think it's out of the, like the Bruce Wayne type of versions of the watch. This is the one I would get, this two-tone version. Yeah,
I have two friends that have had this, and I've tried it on a couple times. It's a great watch, but it's even though the colors are muted on the bezel, the black and the gray, the Jubilee really makes it pop.
Yeah, it pops
more than the bluesy. You would think that the bluesy with the blue would make, that one's the dial, but the bracelet on this thing is killer.
Yeah, because you've got all those surfaces reflecting on the Jubilee. You've got a lot more curves and a lot more light play, so the whole thing is just going to pop.
When I saw this at Wonder of Watches 2023, I had multiple conversations. I was literally going to sell my entire collection and do everything I could. I wouldn't, like, if you know my collection, it wouldn't match the price of this either. But I literally thought, like, this is, to me, a one and done watch. It's got everything. Rolex, it's a sports watch. You can dress it up. It's got some precious metal in there. It's got a GMT function. I mean, you could. This is a whole collection in one out. And when I saw this first, I thought, and yellow gold, I think would probably suit my skin tone a bit better than rose gold.
Yeah, Jim Miller saying two-tone wearers often gave the wrong impression when he was growing up, which is interesting. And Urbanator got a nice comment. Keep up the good work. Love your streams. Happy Saturday to all. His dad has a Datejust two-tone. He has from the 80s. Nice. This is daily, an absolute workhorse. And two-tone was massive in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Two-tone Cartier Santos, two-tone Datejust. I know Dodger got his Datejust in the 80s, two-tone. And we'll move on to Datejusts. And two-tone was massive in the 80s, and it was the watch to buy if you're a businessman.
Yeah.
It can be called the used car salesman watch. But,
Hey, watch that.
Yeah.
but I mean, here's the one Mental Jock. Here's the one Mental Jock had, which is beautiful. He had the Bro House, which was Wimbledon dial, and this is a gorgeous watch. When Mental Jock brought this, it's an absolutely gorgeous watch. Just a quick comment from Billy. I like the root beer the best, but the thing I would prefer is a Jubilee bracelet. The problem is the gold in the middle of the bracelet is so scratched up, but Jubilee doesn't show. Good point. Good point. Yeah. Good point.
That would be cool if they put a Jubilee on that one.
Yeah, it doesn't show. I like the old 16753, the original Clint Eastwood root beer myself. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I just like with this watch, I know two-tone can kind of have a Gordon Gekko type stock exchange feel to it, but these two-tone Datejusts are just beautiful. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
So my Black Dial sub was the worst watch I ever owned. I twice had to send it back for servicing, and it was gone for months each time. And when it came back the second time, I traded it in on a 41 millimeter two-tone Datejust.
Nice.
I was just tired of it. It was a great watch.
What dial did you have?
It was a grayish style like this, but with just
stick markers.
Stick markers, yeah. It was a great watch. It was beautiful. Everyone loved it, but it was smooth bezel. It wasn't the smooth bezel.
Yep, smooth bezel Datejust. Yeah,
and the oyster bracelet. It was okay.
I mean, going back to the 80s, you say like 80s, and the topic of discussion, are two-tone watches still popular now? Two-tone was massive in the 80s. I feel that when and the 90s, yeah. And it sort of went a bit underground from the 2000s sort of days. When everything was steel watches. We need steel sports.
Yeah.
And,
steel
steel. Everyone wanted steel watches, and but it made a sort of revival. About when the Explorer 1 two-tone came out, that was when it sort of really started to surge up, I think. Although that wasn't a popular watch.
You're right. Yeah, it wasn't.
All the aficionados, I think a lot of people had this similar type cycle with that watch. It was like, you should not do that. You can't do that to the Explorer. It's a steel watch.
Exactly.
Don't go messing around with it. And then you look at it and you go, I shouldn't love that, but I do. That was my feeling on it anyway. When I saw that, it's very cool.
Why did they do it? Why did they have to do that? Exactly. I thought that. I mean, but again, we'll come to the discussion, is two-tone a lady? It's more popular with women, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, totally. I just before the show, I Googled, just for fun, I Googled two-tone watch, and I put on images. 90% was ladies' watches that came up. Like it's a ladies' thing. I think with gentlemen, it's a bit of a niche. Like people, like the guys that love it, they really love it. And then like guys like me, it's like, yeah, just like it's okay. Like I'm not, in a major hurry to get one. But yeah, it's certainly not the popularity that it was in the 80s, I think, at the moment. I think it's sort of settled into a bit of a niche area, two-tone. But yeah.
Sorry, Tom, I asked you to pop this one in here because I handled it in the steel, in the metal a couple of years ago, and it is genuinely, with the chocolate dial and the rose gold, one of the most beautiful Rolexes I've ever handled.
Yeah.
That looks good. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I mean, Brent's saying there's certain two-tone models that look better than all gold, like the Root Beer and the Bluesy, he feels.
Yeah.
What do you think to that comment?
Yeah, for me, I think it's all different, like the gold one, the rose gold one, even the white gold one, because the white gold one, you could consider it also a two-tone, even though they are the same metal, but still it's same color, but they're different metals, because you have the gold fluted bezel and the gold center links for the Jubilee bracelet, and you have this different, let's say, reflection of the metal. So the gold reflects much more and shines much more. So even my favorite is definitely the white gold on steel in the Datejust, the one that I have, because you don't know it's actually gold until you know the reference number. But my total favorite that I didn't get, and this would be the one to get for me, would be the Tridor from the 80s or the early 90s, where they had a white gold case and a triple gold color for the center links. And I don't think it was a success, but there was so much technology put into creating this watch. I put the link in the private chat if you want to pick it up.
I can't pull it up. JCB,
no problem.
Pull it up, or you can pull it up and share it.
Oh, let me
I agree with Ben's comment as well. I definitely think the two-tone rupiah is much nicer than the solid gold variant.
This is the one I'm talking about.
Madman saying, ironically, his missus only has gold or steel, and he has 5 two-tones.
Yeah, but Madman's just not normal though. He's the exception. So.
T-Dubs, welcome to the show. He says Rubia's classic. And I'll just pull up this shot here.
I feel like with the solid gold is a thing that you need to get your head around first. I think like it's a big thing, mentally, to be like, I'm gonna go out now and get a full gold watch. Do you know what I mean? Like most of us probably aren't even in that fucking mind frame to be able to be like, I'm gonna pull the trigger on a full gold, bluesy or whatever. So I think with the two-tone, it's that sort of, I can do it. It's like it's that step. You're dipping your toes in the water a little bit. It sort of feels like it's not mentally as a full-on thing. I think you know what I mean. Like what I'm trying to say. Like that's what I feel like two-tone. It's a much more comfortable space to be in.
And even at that, I think some of the Datejust that we just looked at, those 6-digit Datejust, if I was buying a two-tone watch, I'd probably go for a 5 digits champagne dial, older, not as blingy. Even the newer, like that chocolate dial one that we just saw with rose gold, like that is a proper blingy watch.
So he's showing us a Tridor here, a Tridor president.
Yeah, and the technology in this is that this is white gold. So basically, both sides of the links are white gold, and then we have rose gold, yellow gold, and then white gold in the middle, and they're all done in one link. So basically, you have 3 types of gold in the center link, and on both sides you have also white gold. So it looks like a two-tone, but it's actually a full gold watch, but it looks like a two-tone.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Because it's the case and the bracelet are white gold, and then they have the two-tone with the yellow and the combination in this bracelet.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So you have pink, yellow, and white gold.
I'm not sure if I like.
And it's so underrated because it's like around
the look
20.
of it, though, to be honest.
The rainbow effect. What do you think to it, everyone?
Yeah,
I'm not too keen on it myself. It's interesting. It's I like the fact that they did it, but it's not really for me. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's a bit too much going on.
It's just weird, man. Like it's just like.
Seriously, could you imagine bringing something
weird?
Well, could you imagine bringing that to a red bar? Like you'd be the talk of the whole show.
Yeah.
So like saying, if this is tritone, then two-tone should be bitone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean. You talked about champagne dial, Datejust, Ben, and just to round off the Rolex segment, Yeah, I think this is the classic Datejust. I think the epitome Datejust, champagne dial. I mean, classic color scheme for Datejust, which is celebrating its 80th anniversary this year. This is the Datejust 41 steel yellow gold flute. The fluted bezel came with the Datejust in 1945. So did the Jubilee bracelet. Everyone wearing Jubilee bracelets on their Pepsis and their Batmans, and they owe it to the Datejust. So, and the Jubilee, the fluted bezel that comes on the Sky Dweller and the Day, they owe it to the Datejust. So, such an underrated watch. You can get bargains for these old Datejusts now. I mean, I was watching Vadoom, what's he called? John Buckley video, Instagram video, and he was saying that on the market downturn, Datejusts can be the place to put your money in. Vintage pre-ceramic submariners and Datejusts are great places to park your money, because they're great deals to be had. And I just think that the vintage Datejust is the classic look from the 80s, and now it's sort of they're gaining popularity now. I really look forward to what they're going to deliver at Watches and Wonders for the 80th anniversary. If anything, we all know what Rolex are like. I mean, they often don't do anything, but yeah. So
it's an interesting one to talk about, though, because it's such an icon for them. It's probably the most iconic sports watch. And I'd love a 5-digit like 90s or early 90s version of that watch. That would be super cool.
Yeah, so we're talking about is Rolex two-tone still popular? And brands are still bringing them out. And we have this one. Not very, a watch people dislike, a watch a lot of people dislike, and not everyone likes, but the Cubitus from Patek Philippe, which was released this year. And I mean, there you go. The two-tone seems to be one of the most popular ones in the range.
It's the least shit of them all. How about that?
Exactly. That's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people are thinking. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of the hype
look all right there, I have to say.
A lot of the hype mongers are saying that this is the best one.
Yeah. Well, but when you start with shit, like, you can only get better from there, right?
Yeah.
So you add some gold to some shit, and it just makes it shit gold, if that makes sense. I don't know.
A polished up turd, effectively.
Yeah, you're trying to polish a turd, exactly, Ben. That's what I'm getting at. They've polished the turd sort of halfway,
Hey, Russell loves the Cubitus, so
yeah.
I forgot Russ was in the chat. Hey, I love the Cubitus.
Sorry, Ross.
Brent says it's an expensive. Brent says it's an expensive shitter.
Well, I never liked the Nautilus, and they stuck it in a vice and messed that one up even more.
I didn't like the Nautilus either. No.
Well, partly I don't like it because of its association with the likes of Ellen DeGeneres and her ilk.
Chili Badger says, but you can roll a turd in glitter. Pedro says it's a great watch.
That image is too visceral. That's too strong.
It's very divisive, you know. It's a. What's Russell saying? Sorry, Russell. Cupid didn't cheat, guys. Talk some sense. You need a man's wrist.
Yeah, well, that's true. Fucking huge.
So yeah, I mean, but it just shows that the trend is still going. It's picked up. It's still going. You know, ever since 5 years, is two-tone still popular? Yeah, brands are still pumping them out, and
I think they'll always be there, Tom. I think they'll always be here now. It just and their popularity might sort of go through ebbs and flows, but there'll always be a market for them for sure.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be a future classic, like selling for 5 times retail, 5 or 6 years time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Ben. I was just gonna say that this would be in 10 years' time the new thing that people are like, wow, this one was a great success now, but not back then, like the other ones.
Yeah.
Because no successful watch in the future was not very decisive like this. It's like you either hate it or like it, you know, like.
Yes. Yeah.
But I actually like the 5980 two-tone. I think that was pretty cool. Like, it was. I think that's just me because I compare like the Nautilus to the Cubitus. I'm always going to pick the Nautilus. It's such a much more refined watch, right?
Hey!
Bobby Links loves watches.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, there, Bobby. Good morning from the east coast of the US, and congratulations on passing 400 subs. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Hey.
Yeah, much
Good morning
appreciated.
from Dublin, Ireland, Bobby.
Yeah. So you just gonna share some of JCB?
Oh, I've just pulled up the 5980 in two-tone.
Oh, we don't want to. I'm going to show that later. I'm going to show that later on.
Oh, you're going to show that? Okay. I just thought because we were talking Patek two-tone, I thought.
No. It's coming. It's coming.
All right, cool. All right. Calm down.
So another classic, which has been a two-tone classic for a while, I think, is the Chopard Alpine Eagle. I really like this. I really like the bracelet. It's got vibes of an Nautilus. It's almost got those wings. What do I think of this one? Are we fans?
I'm not a fan of that thin center link.
Yeah.
And in gold, it really highlights the thing that I don't like about the watch.
Sure.
Like, it really sets it off.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, now that you say that, Ludo, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because
I have the opposite opinion. I like that center link. I think that's what makes part of what makes the Alpine Eagle the Alpine Eagle. I like that watch.
I love it. I mean, our friend Milltown Brother, he bought the XPS, didn't he? Which wasn't a two-tone.
Yeah.
And that's the one with the salmon dial, but that's a banger of a watch. Absolutely amazing. But I like the two-tone. I think as a two-tone watch, it's a nice watch. It's a hammered black dial. But yeah, people may not associate it as a classic, I guess.
And the color of the gold is actually very coppery. It's a dark sort of tone, which looks pretty cool. You know, it's not. It's got the sort of toned down quite a bit on this one, which looks nice.
Yeah, my only grieve is that the center link is protruding outside of the whole bracelet, and the gold is softer than steel, so it will not only scratch, it will dent.
Wear away.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure. Good point.
I think that's a banger. I think I've had a sudden realization. I love two-tone.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the Alpine Eagle. I don't know whether it's because I like the steel XPS that our friend got, but another one that is a classic 80s one, the Cartier Santos. The Cartier is steel and yellow gold, interchangeable metal bracelet and leather straps, white down and Roman numerals, classic Cartier. So you can have it on the leather. You can have it on the with the two-tone bezel, just two-tone bezel. You can have it on the bracelet.
Fuck, that's class. Hey, that's just so class.
Isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah.
Just works so well with the bezel and the gold screws.
Yeah.
I've handled something similar to this as well, a Galbay, and they are just, and then it's so refined, and the bracelet and the finishing is so well done. It just sits, hugs your wrist. You don't even know it's there. It's like pure silk.
Yeah.
Just a great watch, isn't it?
Class.
And subtly done with the two-tone, just with the screws, the gold screws in the bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Does it fuck with your OCD though that the screws are all off out of line?
That's the part about the watch in general that I always go, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it didn't, but now it does. Thanks, CB.
You think?
That's the only thing. But yeah, no, it's cool.
Really bad just saying for some reason he's never fallen in love with Cartier, doesn't know why.
They're square, they are literally a square peg in a round hole in terms of the watch industry, so I understand that.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'm
so
actually
80s
as well. Yeah, like Cartier has never jumped out at me. I've never really fallen in love with the Santos or the Tank or whatever. But this one here, I don't know. I can appreciate it. Like with the two-tone, it just elevates the watch. It just and as you say, Tom, it's subtly done. It's just really classy. It just to me that just looks like a classy piece.
Like Ben says, so Cartier generally square watches or tonneau or the crash odd shapes, Who makes the movement? Interesting question, Stan Clayton. I'm not sure who makes the movement for Cartier. I've heard bad things about the movement, so they're unreliable.
I think they're generally ETA.
I don't know whether they're ETA movements or not.
I thought they were. I thought they got them from ETA as well.
Yeah.
Jim Millett in the comment is just making the point there that he doesn't like the gold bezels that they scratch too easily. They protrude too much and they scratch too easily.
That could be similarly said for the Royal Oaks, I guess. Yeah. So that was another classic, I thought. So, I mean, there's chronographs as well. We've got to do some chronographs like Mr. Chronograph himself, JCB. And so everyone's bringing out two-tone. And even the fallen brand Bremont. Can you believe it?
Oh,
that's terrible.
A Bremont Terra Nova Jimmy Chin. So he's an exploring photographer. 100 pieces. Brought out in 2024. 42.5 mil. Going for 6,750 quid.
99 too many pieces.
Yeah, 100% not going to sell anything. I already said my grief with Bremont before. I don't want to, let's say, make it more bad, but I'm not a big fan of them.
So it's an interesting stream, though, Abdul.
We got from Rolex and Patek to Bremont, and Joseph D says Bremont killed their own brand. They did, with David Serrato taking over. They absolutely killed their own brand.
That's a mess, like, isn't it? Isn't that watch an absolute mess? Just a
Well,
conglomerate of various different. What is it like?
it's funny you should say that because it reminded me of the next watch, Ben, which you mentioned Oisin O'Malley, and I believe he's a big fan of this watch, and that is the Tudor Steel and Gold. It just had the same, gave me the same sort of feeling as that Bremont. Hey, this is it's rolled, what's called rolled gold center links. So it's not gold plated, I don't think. It's I don't know whether it's hollow gold, just rolled gold they call it. So it's
I think they put a thin layer of gold over the steel. I think. So that's why it's called rolled gold. They press down the metal on top of it.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, we called that gold plating.
Well, it's
it's a little bit thicker than gold plating. Maybe two extra microns. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's at 7,180 quid. This one. It's got gold pushers, gold bicompact stub dials, a date at 6 o'clock. Are we fans of this one then? JCB?
But you know the way I was saying earlier, Tom, sorry, is that Rolex do the two-tone so well. I know this is just an image and I haven't handled one, but why does the gold in that just look cheap?
Yeah.
To me, it's not about the cheapness. To me, it's about, for this one, like this is a really, really sporty looking watch. Like it's a real sports watch, and the two-tone here just doesn't seem to go with that theme for me. It's like you're trying to make a classy watch out of a real super sports watch, and it just doesn't quite work for me. Like, it's just so much going on. Like the snowflake hand with the round plots, then you got the gold everywhere. It's just too. It's making my brain melt down when I look at this watch. It's just too much.
Big, heavy, slab-sided piece anyway. I just say it looks clunkier in the two-tone.
Even just the black steel version of this watch to me looks like there's too much going on. Yeah. The white dial Panda one, it's nice because the hands blend in with the dial a lot more, and it's a lot more subtle. So this one here, it's just like, it's just too much going on for me, this one. What do you think, Tom? Well, how do you feel about this one?
I prefer it when it comes on the bund strap without the bracelet. Just the watch head, just the watch head by itself on the leather bund strap. I don't mind it then, but this is too much for me. This is just meh. But Chili Badger's got an interesting comment. About 7 years ago, he purchased a steel and gold Tudor. He had buyer's remorse and took it back the next day. He was drinking when he purchased it. Never drink and buy. Never drink and buy, folks. Never drink and buy.
Made that mistake.
That's a good advice. Good philosophy there, Billy. Yeah, good advice.
I think the proof's in the pudding, right? Like, this watch is just not popular. Like, you don't see people out in the wild wearing this watch at all. I've never seen one.
Oh, watch snobbery here from CB. A plated second-class brand is as low as you can go.
Oh, shots fired, man.
Shots fired, CB. Snobbery is worse.
Yeah. To me, I think of Tudor, it's like, it's got to be steel, man. Like, Tudor's like a workhorse sports watch. Yeah. Keep it in steel. Don't mess around with gold. Like the Black Bay that came out in
last year.
Hey, JCB, everyone's at it. You can't stop them. There'll be some more coming up. Sub brands, as CB calls them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I think of
It's
when I think of Tudor. That's all. I just
two-tone isn't for everyone. Two-tone isn't for everyone. I mean,
yeah.
what do you think to the Speedmaster in this is a moonshine gold and steel with a sun-brushed step dials and moonshine gold hands and a Pride logo. £17,100.
I suppose it's on a par with the GMT. It's gorgeous. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. With the silver dial, the rose gold sub dials. Pricing, I thought pricing shook me a little bit when you said it first, but it's on a par with the Rolex GMT. It is a chronograph function, 3861, solid coaxial, a lot of good things going on there, and aesthetically, I think it's beautiful.
JCB, Mr. Chronograph, what do you think?
I've got mixed feelings about this particular one.
Got a bit of a look at that Tridor bracelet there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me also. Maybe on a strap. Maybe this one on a black leather strap. It would look much more classier than the bracelet somehow. I don't know why I don't like the bracelet.
It's that polished inner links that make it. It takes away from the watch, I think.
Yeah.
Mikey Casio GTR likes it. This is a beauty of a speedy two-tone.
Yeah. Look, I actually don't mind it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I'm sort of I'm on the fence on this one. It's just sort of like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't super love it.
Well, you don't love that one, but I know you're a Speedy fan, so I got another one for you. What do you think of it in steel and Sedna gold?
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit pink, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit. The color is a bit full on. Hey. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like this one, Tom. It's really pink.
It's rose gold, yeah. It's Sedna gold instead of moonshine gold.
Yeah.
2021 edition, rose gold coloured dial, Sedna hands again, £17,100.
Fuck.
It's a lot of money.
It is
a lot of money to be spent.
I prefer the yellow gold silver dial.
Yeah.
I agree with you here, CB. The Speedy two-tone is not as good as the full gold, but the full gold Sedna gold one. We know someone with a Sedna gold, don't we, Ben? And, the Sedna gold Speedy, and that is. We tried one on together. We're in Weirs in Dublin, and we tried one on, didn't we? In 2023, and it was mind blowing. It was amazing.
Yeah, the Sedna gold is different. Brent actually alludes to it there. Actually, Brent makes a couple of interesting points. The Omega Sedna is not that pink in person. It is a really beautiful tone of their rose gold, and it's funny because the Sedna gold. I don't know whether you agree with this or not, Tom. The Sedna Speedy does still have a kind of a toolish vibe. I mean, you only have to feel the weight of it to know that it's proper precious metal, but it's brushed, isn't it, for the most part, and that gives off a toolish kind of vibe to it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, Brent's right. I remember trying on the full gold Sedna one, and it certainly wasn't that pink. Have you got the Apollo 11 coming up by any chance, Tom?
No, I haven't. No. You can pull it up if you want.
Yeah, we'll just have a quick look at it before we move on from Speedies. So this one here, it's an interesting Speedy. I think this would have come out maybe, I don't know when, maybe it's a while ago, right? But you can see how it's mainly steel, and it's got a bit of two-tone because it's got yellow gold in the bezel and the handset. It's a lot more sort of subtle.
Yeah.
And you don't have the gold on the pushers or the crown as well. So I don't know if you'd classify it fully as a two-tone because it doesn't have gold.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify that as two-tone. I just class that as more accented with the gold, gold accent, which I think can work in a more positive manner, more positive way. Just having a gold accent. I mean, you get that on other watches. So I'm trying to think of some.
I reckon for a speedy, this is probably what I would go for more in the two-tone because it's a more on the tool side, and that's why I always feel like a speedy is more of a tool watch than a luxury. Like I wouldn't go full gold on a speedy or something. I'd probably go for more something like this one.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, this is called they call this one the Arse Master, just quickly because
Buzz Aldrin stepping down.
You've got Buzz. You see a close up of Buzz Aldrin's ass when he's coming down on there.
He's in a fairly vulnerable position there if there was any aliens on the moon.
Yes.
Very funny.
Instant probe. Just before we move on, Tom, Brent just made a really interesting point about the new bracelets. He's not a fan of them. It's funny because I think the new bracelets is what makes the new 3861 Speedies. They do get a bit thin at the clasp, but I find it's good that there's another opinion out there on that. I find that interesting.
I'm trying to find the comment.
Yeah, the flat link bracelet is pretty dope though as well.
The flat link bracelet is better.
The flat link bracelet is amazing. It's much nicer than the original Speedmaster bracelet, definitely. Yeah. So I like this watch, but I don't know whether I like it in two-tone. It's trying
12:34 p.m. Tom, if you're still looking for it.
People say that it's trying to be a Daytona originally, but this is trying too hard to be a Daytona, I think. The Zenith Chronomaster Sport El Primero 3600 caliber, which I love about it, 10th of a second precision on the chronograph. Silver tricolor dial, which is the only thing that's trying to differentiate it from a Daytona, I think. It's steel and rose gold, £11,000. It's down from £15,000 to £11,000. So,
well, down from 15. You mean like it's
the retail recommended retail price is £15,000, but this is in a sale at £11,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think this is more a ladies' piece, to be honest with you. This looks more like a ladies' accessory.
It gives me a very Daytona 5 reference Zenith two-tone look, you know what I mean? Somehow has the feeling of that model.
I feel that Daytona's very popular with women. Well, they are. I don't feel Daytonas are very popular with women. I think that Zenith are targeting that market with this watch. That's the vibe I get.
It's not bad. It's just not jumping out at me as like a really nice two-tone watch, like one that I would want to.
I mean, I really love the Zenith A3, Zenith Chronomaster Sport as it is, but two-tone, no, not for me.
Yeah, well, that was my original thought when it came out at the two-tone, and I think there's even a full gold one as well. I was like, just keep it in steel.
Yeah.
So, one from your favorite brand, JCB, and I like this one, especially with the blue dial. The Breitling Chronomat B01. This is a cost certified B01 caliber. It's the Chronomat.
Yeah, nice.
With the Rouleau bullet bracelet, which is a signature of this watch. Blue dial, bezel with 4 rider tabs, they call them. And the Chronomat was first introduced in 1984. £11,300, this one. I think it's a lovely watch.
That's
really
beautiful.
like it.
I just only figured out the other day, I didn't figure out, I was reading that, you know, with the rider tabs, you can see on the side, they've got these little screws. What the idea of having the screws is that you can unscrew those little tabs and you can swap the numbers around. So you can swap the 15 and the 45 and turn you can turn it into a countdown bezel.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So that's the idea with the
so those screws, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I always thought it was something to do with just manufacturing them, and that's how they did it.
Right.
So I was reading in this Breitling book, they were like, yeah, we designed it that way so that you can swap them out. Which is pretty cool.
I think the Chronomat's such a cool watch. Like it doesn't try to ape anything. Like with those numbers on the bezel and that bullet style bracelet, it's very much its own thing, and I love that about that watch.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, Ben. Really nice. Again, I'm getting Trido vibes off this one. The way they've done the Rouleau bracelet. But such a cool watch.
Very, very cool.
And they work really well on rubber as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You can dress them up and down. These watches, they're real cool.
Yeah, Joseph D says the Breitling looks really nice.
Madman owns one, I think.
Madman's saying he owns one and loves it.
Nice.
Really nice. Nice one, Madman. Nice. So, out of the chronographs into the budget two-tone category. As we say, everyone's doing two-tone, so all the brands need. As I said, I used to go on holiday to Turkey, and people were wearing cheaper two-tone watches, so all the brands are at it. And for £229, you can buy a Citizen Eco Drive Corsa Blue Dial with a two-tone bracelet, solar-powered Eco Drive. 229 quid. It's not going to be real gold. It's going to be plated, if that. But yeah, it's going for the two-tone look. What do you think? I mean, Abdul, you're our Eco Drive man.
I hate these watches, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the idea of just two-tone watches. Like, I don't know, it just feels, it just feels like, okay, you're trying too hard to look at. If you do like this and you don't have a budget, of course, for a two-tone watch, I totally understand it. But I'm against this idea of wearing something that it's not, you know, like if it's a plated watch, then why should I wear it? It's not real two-tone.
Very popular with a lot of people in a lot of countries, I must say.
Yes, in Egypt and in the Arab world, most of the people who were working like minimum wage jobs wear two-tone or full gold-plated watches, which defeats the point in my opinion. Like, why? You know,
for that look,
I totally understand. You know,
it's because they like that look and they want to. It makes them feel well. Maybe not makes them feel good. Even it's a fashion.
I think it's a fashion thing. Yeah, like everything about even in the ladies sort of market. You know, a lot of the ladies wear two-tone watches. It's fully plated. It's just for the look. You know, it goes with the jewelry and the accessories and stuff. So I think at this price point, you're just really going for the look, and it's more of a fashion accessory. This watch. So if you want that look on the budget, you know, I think it's fine. No, I've got no problem with it.
Yeah.
You're on a budget. You want something just looks good with a suit or whatever. If you're going to a job interview or whatever you need to do, just chuck it on and off you go.
What do you think, Luke? What's your opinion on budget?
I'm not a big fan of this one. And I don't hate, the Echo Drive watches in general, but this one doesn't.
Yeah, doesn't do it. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of Echo Drive. Like I have multiple citizens, but this one somehow it feels like an imposter. Like an imposter watch somehow. I don't know why, but it just gives me this imposter feeling.
Oh, shots fired! I'd rather buy this Citizen 210 than a Tudor. Here is just a fashion watch, CB says.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Tudor hate. Okay, so more budget watches come in. Couple more. Ben, I notice you love this watch, but have you looked at the two-tone version? The Tissot PRX. Steel 18-karat rose gold bezel for £1,500. Chocolate brown dial. Powermatic 80 movement. I quite like it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah.
I like the bezel better than the normal PRX bezel, but I would have done a different color.
Really?
If you're not going to pull that rose gold look down through the bracelet on an integrated sports bracelet watch, I think it's too stark of a contrast.
Yeah, I thought that too, Mark. I thought, why aren't they doing anything with the bracelet at all? Yeah. They haven't done anything with the bracelet at all. I think it looked really nice if they did something with the center links,
something. It need to do something because it looks like it doesn't, like the bracelet doesn't belong.
Yeah, that's
right.
What I'm thinking. It's just like you've just got gold.
Yeah.
On the bezel and the dial, and that's it. They've chucked it onto a steel watch. It doesn't quite work.
No, not even the crown is gold.
No.
You're right, Mark. It's a stark contrast.
It doesn't look like, it really doesn't look like it should be there. Like, it's weird. Makes it weird.
I feel like two-tone in that price segment is really making the watch a fashion watch. You're just going with the fashion. And I would rather, for me personally, I would rather have the full steel one than the two-tone in these kind of watches. Because they are like, for me, I would wear them anywhere, scratch them up, like this is part of the fun for these kind of watches. I know for other people, they might want to wear something, let's say, to dress it up or have more fashion oriented wear for the watch. But that's legitimate reason also to buy these watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So next up,
and I was saying in our forum, Tom, that the Tissot PRX, I love the Tissot PRX. That's well known. I wear my heart on my sleeve there. But the case is visually interesting enough itself because it's really well put together. It's thin. Yeah. It's got chamfered edges. It's got a fully polished bezel. Abdul, I think, is right. That makes it look fashiony.
Now, okay, I was looking up two-tone watches for the cheaper segment, and I came across this one, but this is actually steel and bronze.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gold. I suppose you could put it under the two-tone look.
For sure, yeah.
Probably a Selena movement. It's the Oris Diver 65. We really oughtn't to talk about it because it's bronze. It's not really officially in the segment, but what are your opinions on it? Would it look good in a gold-plated or gold?
I think it's the world's most boring watch, that version of this Oris Divers. There's better Diver 65s than this. I think the ones with the numerals at 12, 6, 9, and 3 are very cool. Style square numerals.
Plus, why did they finish it? That first link is steel.
Oh yeah.
Like my eyes are just drawn to the fact that the first link doesn't match the rest of the links.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this one in the metal. It looks really nice, actually.
Yeah. I like the Diver 65.
I like the Diver 65 too. I just don't like this version of it. I just find it's too boring for me.
Yeah. We'll get rid of them. So what's next? Yeah. These have been making a comeback recently, and coming in a couple of different colours. The Tag Aqua Racer Solargraph Professional. Quite expensive at £3,600 on a two-tone bracelet. This is a yellow gold one with a blue dial, and this is a rose gold one, which looks a bit, with a black dial, looks a bit less offensive. Same watch, 8 carat 5N gold plated rose gold. These, you find these offensive?
This one looks better than the yellow gold one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The yellow gold was too loud. This one's toned down. It's got a sort of a root beer sort of vibe. This one. Budget root beer, we call it.
Budget root beer, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Plating though, so
nasty plating.
Yeah,
I don't like the lugs on that watch.
You don't like lugs?
No, they look long. They look like they're gonna stretch over the edge of your wrist.
Yeah, I see it now. The case is like elongated somehow, right? It's like stretched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And another one that sort of fell into the, well, I put it in the budget category, but it's not really that budget. It's £9,400. But it's
budget for £9,000.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't really be there, but the Bell & Ross BR05 Black Dial.
Why?
Rose gold gilded dial, polished and signed steel with 18 carat polished rose gold. Offensive, Mark?
So here's the thing: if you like Bell & Ross, don't you like it for the toolish aspect of it? Like in the steel. I don't know. Like, do we need this? Why it's like the two-tone Explorer? Do we need it?
Fair point. Yeah,
I kind of like the look of that. I think it's kind of well. Like I'd love to try on a BR05. Has anyone ever tried them on? Do they wear massive?
No, because they're square. They don't wear as big as you think. But the stainless ones are nice looking. If you like the watch, if you like that kind of square look.
Yeah, I do. I've always liked the BR05. I'd love to try one on sometime.
It's two-tone. I don't know. It takes away some of that like the charm of the Bell & Ross is that it looks like an airplane instrument. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And in two-tone, it's just like, why?
Yeah.
There you go. Alex has got the answer. It's a nice original Cubitus.
There you go.
As a.
Yeah, just leaving all that stuff to the side. What Lucha's saying about Bell & Ross being a steel watch, which I pretty much agree with. Just looking at this thing as an object, like I actually don't mind it. Like it's Actually, the way that they've done the gold in the bracelet looks really nice, and the bezels, the bezel, I guess. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice looking watch.
Yeah, I think it's well executed as well.
Yeah.
Mac is
And
saying
unlike the PRX
no gilding. Sorry, Ben.
No.
Okay. It's
The thing
as
I
opposed
don't
to the PRX that we were looking at. They have, and very well executed, followed the gold through the bracelet.
I don't mind it either, man, to be honest with you. I'd wear it.
Yeah,
But not
to-
at £9,400. I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah. That's here the.
yeah, that's the kicker.
Oh,
You're talking.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You'd pick it up for 50% of that, I'd say, sometime.
Yeah. Well,
Please.
even less, hopefully.
Even less, yeah.
Mm.
The
Gents, I
thing
have
I've
to
just
go.
always found a bit
so-
odd about the BR05 is see where the screws are in the bezel. That part of the bezel is really fat, like it's thick, and it just looks a bit odd to me. Like the corners of the bezel is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Okay.
it's just always been a design thing about the BR05 that I just haven't been 100% down with. Like, it just looks just a tiny bit odd. That's all. Not a tiny bit. It just looks odd.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So, Abdul, you're saying?
I was just saying I have to go. So it was great.
Great
catching up
to
with
have you.
Ben.
Great to have you, my friend.
And,
Yeah, great
hopefully
to chat again, Abdul.
See you, Abdul.
Later, brother.
Take care. See you next
Bye-bye.
time.
See you next time.
So, as advertised, guys, we reached 400 subscribers, and we're really grateful to you all. Thank you for subscribing, and we haven't finished yet. This is just a little intermittent giveaway. So, as advertised on the show. So, we really appreciate you subscribing and giving us thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribing, and please spread the word. We'd love to get more subscribers, and of course, but as promised, there's going to be a giveaway. So,
Really cool giveaway this one, Tom. Very generous, mate. Gotta say.
it's a Rolex giveaway. I'll just make myself full screen. So, I got a little travel pouch. The box got a little bit damaged on the side there, you can see, when it got posted to me. So apologies for that. But it's a Rolex travel pouch. It's brand new. And I'll just get it out just to give you a quick show. I'll slide it out. So there we go. Can you see on there? Get it close up. Rolex, it's leather.
Beautiful.
It's got a little cushion inside. So you can put your watch in if you're traveling, or just if you're doing any traveling, or if you want to just put it in overnight on a night time. I won't open it up because don't want that bit of card to fall out. But yeah, it's got a little cushion inside. Or great to store your watches in the bank if you want to store your watches in the bank. Great little thing to store your watches in the bank. All I want to know is, and there'll be a first answer competition. So Rolex were founded in 1905 by Hans Wilsdorf, who's the main man. What was the name of his? He was the owner of the brand. What was the name of his co-founder? So Hans Wilsdorf, and what was the name of the Rolex co-founder? Just put your answer in the chat, and it'll be yours. All you have to do is email me your address. I'll put my email in the chat, and I'll send it off to you, and it's yours. So, Google is your friend. That's it. Google is your friend, Brent.
I got Scratchy. Scratchy's in.
Yeah.
And
Scratchy's already won.
Scratchy's disqualified. Yeah, you've disqualified.
Scratchy, you're disqualified. You won the. So, Madman, you've won.
You're out. Madman. Boom.
Madman. Boom. Madman's got it.
So you can put the bluesy in there.
You can put the blues in there, Madman.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scratchy, but you won the Patek gloves, so I can't really give you a prize. So, Alfred Davis, that's right. So, Madman, hit me up on.
Congrats, Madman.
Well done, Madman.
Scratchy saying that was his brother-in-law. Alfred Davis was Hans Wilsdorf's brother-in-law.
It was his cousin, apparently, I think.
Oh, it was his cousin, was it?
No, it was his brother-in-law, yeah.
Okay. Maybe his brother-in-law was his cousin as well.
No, it was his brother-in-law.
Yeah, but maybe it was his cousin as well.
Yeah, maybe.
They
inbred family.
They're from Tasmania.
What would be his cousin marrying his sister? I had to work that out.
So if you just hit me up on that email address, Madman, and send.
I was very, very slow. Nobody said I was smart.
That's funny.
Just hit me up on that. Just hit me up on that email address, Madman. Explorer2@yahoo.com. Explorer2@yahoo.com, and I'll send me your address and I'll post it off to you, my friend. Okay, and congratulations. So yeah, sharing some love, spread the word, everyone, and we'll get another giveaway at 500 subscribers. So let's carry on.
Very cool.
Women's watches. I mean, we talked about Two-Tone being a big women's popular with the women, and
Like yourself, Tom.
well, I wouldn't call not all these sorts of women's. I don't want to. Lucabetic. I mean, you're very fond of these, aren't you?
Well, the new one, the black.
Yeah, I was going to bring that. I was going to bring that up. So this is the Sedna Gold Aquaterra 41, and this is the one that you really like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is the new.
Yeah, I put a picture of it in the private chat of it. I tried it on. So when I went out to that event at Teddy Baldessar's place, there was a guy who had this watch on. I'd never seen it before. It's really beautiful in person, but it is literally double the price of this.
Yeah, £12,800.
Yeah, I mean this watch retails for 66. I bought it for 56. Brand new. And that watch is like it hits 13.3, I think, US.
Yeah.
What would If you see, it seems like there's a lot of gold in that watch.
Yeah.
By the look of it, right? What do you think, Mark, would be a good price? What would you feel comfortable paying for that?
If it was closer to 10, 11, in that range, it just doesn't seem like it's double the watch, even with the gold. But I mean, it's gorgeous in person. It's an absolute stunner. But
Got that new black lacquer dial too, doesn't it?
Black lacquer. It has the comfort setting. It has the new bracelet. It's got all the new gadgets and aesthetics and stuff, but it's really expensive for an Aquaterra.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice. I must say, it is a nice watch.
Just out of interest, those two-tone Datejusts we were looking at before. What are they sort of running in USD? They'd be sort of in that ballpark, maybe.
In that same ballpark, yeah.
They just I didn't get prices on, but they'll be going for.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be sort of in that ballpark. Yeah.
The Datejusts are usually a bit cheaper. I mean, a two-tone one, it's probably about over 10,000 quid. So, probably in similar ballpark to this, but
yeah,
I really like this one, Mark. This crimson dial.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Which is a 38, isn't it? It's a 38 mil one. Now, I would have thought this would be really well suited to a lady, this one.
Not to spruik someone else's channel, but Bruce Williams he reviewed this watch, and when you see the light play of that red is absolutely stunning. It's a little darker than the terracotta shades version. But it's absolute stunning watch. I wish they made that one in a 41.
Yeah, I think this
looking
is really
at
nice.
they just there, guys. They're €16.5, 16,500.
Euro.
Yeah, which would be similar in dollars.
It's okay.
I'll just say, Madman, you can WhatsApp me if you want. If you've got my number, you can WhatsApp me instead of email me. That's fine. Yeah, is that how much? 16,000 euros, Ben?
16.5, yeah.
Wow.
Is that smooth bezel oyster bracelet? Because I guess that would be the comparable watch.
Yeah, no, that's fluted smooth. You're talking 16.4.
Okay.
And an oyster bracelet. Let me see. Oyster is 15,650 with a smooth bezel.
Yeah, because I think that would be the comparable piece.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
I love that dial, guys.
You want Jubilee though, don't you? On a Datejust.
Big time.
I like the oyster. I'm an oyster bracelet guy.
Yeah, that's why they make
I don't know. That's a beautiful watch, though.
That dial is fucking out of this world,
isn't it, Ben?
Cool, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful, and like I said, when you see it, I haven't seen that one in person, but I saw it on that video, and when you see him outside with it in the light, it's an amazing piece.
Yeah, you can imagine, because it's quite a dark ruby red that it probably looks black indoors, and then you bring it out, and then
just pops.
Shit happens.
Yeah, beautiful. So another one, which is a women's piece, which this one is a classic and was on the thumbnail. The Bulgari Serpenty Toboggos. This is just amazing women's jewelry. This is the kind of thing I can imagine Cleopatra wearing. The Egyptian queen, you know. So it's just sort of blows my mind, really, actually, when I see it. And I've been to my Bulgari AD and seen this watch. It's beautiful. It's so classy, and you know, imagine your wife or girlfriend wearing one of these. I mean, they do one which is shorter. This is 3 rings, and they do one which is just 2 wraps around twice, which is a bit shorter. But I think they're beautiful. I don't know what you think. This is £19,000. It's got diamonds in the watch head, but I don't know what you think to this.
I've always had this. The Serpenti has always been in my head like more of an art piece than an actual watch. You know, like it's art piece / jewelry, more an art piece actually. And when you when you put it into this with the gold and the diamonds, it's like next level art. Like it's stunning. Yeah,
it's a beautiful.
Like something you would put in your lounge room on a pedestal.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone put it on someone's wrist. You know, it's fucking amazing. Yeah,
it's fucking it's amazing, and it's like, you know, steel. Is it steel and gold, Tom?
Steel and rose gold. Yeah,
steel and rose gold. It's like, you know, you've manufactured. You're reflecting nature there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful curves.
Look at what's amazing about this watch, because we mentioned this on one of the other 2 times, but this looks good on any skin tone. When you look at this picture, right, all 3 of these, some watches, the gold, like, you have to be careful with it doesn't match your tone. This actually works on all 3 of those.
Yeah, they need a good pasty Irish wrist in there now, just so it wouldn't work.
But I think there's a picture of it.
Yeah, Mikey Cassio has said what I'm trying to say. Nice engineering to keep the springiness of the snake. You know, how they've reflected nature like that. Like, it must be one of the most difficult things to do, because nature is so perfect, or imperfectly perfect, if you will.
Yeah, I just think it's a beautiful watch. I think it's real class. Easy Company says it looks better on a black skin tone. I don't know, Easy Company. I think it looks great on all of the pictures.
It works.
Of the pictures.
Yeah, I do think rose gold works better, you know, with the darker skin tone, and yellow gold works better with a lighter skin tone. I think rose gold is just made for some people.
I think the opposite, actually. I think rose gold works better with a lighter skin tone, and yellow gold better with a darker skin tone. But hey,
yeah.
What's Richmond saying? Thing is, with nature, it's put in 14 billion years of R&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this next one is it's started off as a men's watch, but this is a women's version at 36mm, and I'm a huge fan of this watch in steel, but this is coming up as one of the ugliest 2-tones I've seen. The Parmigiani Tonda PF with the caliber PF 770HM, 18 karat rose gold and steel, delta hands, sand grey dial, grain door hand guilloche, micro rotor movement. It's got it all, but the way that they've pointed this sort of
down the sides there.
Down the side, they pointed the links on the bracelet. Makes me sick. Oh,
of these integrated kind of sports I guess it's hard to do a two-tone on an integrated bracelet like that, but I think the Bell and Ross did it the best.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been looking at these Parmigiani Ferriers lately, and the dial is just way too much negative space on it.
Yeah.
The indices are way too small. The logo is too small.
Do you think?
I just think it needs more dial furniture to make it look less sparse. I've never held one in the steel. They probably look amazing. That point thing that you're talking about, Tom, I presume that's the way the steel bracelet presents itself as well.
Yeah, I tried the steel one on in 2021 at Watch Pro Salon in London, and the Parmigiani representative was there, and they'd just been released. Well, they were just about to be released the next year, and it was amazing. It was beautiful.
Was it?
Really super light, super thin, platinum micro rotor. It was gorgeous. I preferred it to any Rolex I could have had then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it looks to me to wear big. Does it wear big then?
No, it doesn't wear big at all. It's a nice slender watch, fits under the cuff. Could be a one and done. I loved it.
It's the King's watch, isn't it? King Charles.
He wears a Toric,
yes,
not a Tonda. So he wears a Toric, yeah.
Well, Ben, you know what I'm going to say about this watch to fix the issue with the negative space. You get the chronograph version because it's got the subdials. So
yeah. Speaking of kings, the king of chronographs.
But yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm like that as well. Like I've always looked at the dials on the watches. Have always looked a bit funny, but when I look at the Tonda. There's a Panda chronograph, which is just awesome. It just changes the whole game.
Yeah, it needs it. It needs those subdials just to break it up. There's a lot of grey matter there.
Yeah, Padana Editia, we looked at some tags earlier on. And Mikey Cassidy saying if he's held one of these in the wild and he's 10 years old at the time, he still had a tight spring feel. I think he's talking about the Serpenty, the Bulgari. Okay. But yeah, CB, I agree. Tonda is an amazing line.
Beautiful.
Some beautiful watches.
Yeah, like the bezel's amazing. I love these things in steel. The hands are great. The bezel's great. The bracelet looks really comfortable, but it's this two-tone it doesn't really do it. And I think Thomas is right. It's the way that kind of shrinking gold that comes down. I mean, they're trying, but I just.
Yeah, well, the next one isn't so much women's watch; it's more unisex watch. It's coming from a brand that a lot of women like, which is Louis Vuitton. It's a Tambo automatic, small second style, 22-karat rose gold micro rotor again, certified by the Geneva Chronometric Observatories. 26,400 pounds using the caliber LFT 023.
26,000 pounds, did you say?
26,000 pounds, yeah.
That's massive.
Fucked. Just
no.
Even the design of the watch is just
like
Daniel Wellington for rich people.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that the Tambo range has been one of their better ranges, Louis Vuitton.
I mean, it's better than what they were doing, but it doesn't. I don't.
Louis Vuitton. Are they even are they a serious watch brand? I don't know.
They're serious watch brand for that price. Yeah, they're starting to make moves. Yeah.
in recent
Okay.
years. And they do some cool stuff. They have there's one watch. It's got a kind of a what would you call it? But I can't really explain it. The numbers move.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite a unique piece, and
The blocks with the
that's right. That's right. Yeah. And there's quite a bit of engineering gone into it. Like they're trying to move from a fashion brand into a luxury watch brand, and they are doing some pretty cool stuff. But this lacks imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think? Okay.
I would just never buy a Louis Vuitton watch. Like I would just never even.
No.
I just never
It's
even.
like
do
buying
it.
a Gucci watch, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
Armani.
Like I just don't even care like how good the watch is. I just never would buy one.
Yeah,
I think
CB
it's
there is
because-
just alluding to it there. LV has made some incredible complications. They are a real and made à la fabrique du temps. Yeah, they for sure they are like trying to do some real haute horology style things.
Yeah, they're definitely doing more than they used to, but it's not. I don't know. It's not a. I don't think of when I think of Louis Vuitton. I do not think of watches. Like
No.
Cartier and Bulgari can pull it off because they've been doing it for so long, but it's just not my. It just.
Hamburg Tycho Spin Time as it is saying, it's really difficult to explain that complication, but
It's been
very cool.
I'll just look it up.
Well, I said that the Parmigiani looked like the ugliest one I'd seen so far, but I think this has to beat it. JCB wanted me to bring this one up, and this is the JCB for watches Carillion Tourbillon from 2023. $550,000 US. First watch by Jean-Claude Beaver and his son. The Carillion Minute Repeater Tourbillon, 42mm case with a concave bezel. The Sodalite silver obsidian on stone dials, but the two-tone version is skeletonized. And they've got the Caliber JC8000 featuring a gold micro rotor with 72 hours power reserve. This makes me
No, thank you. That bracelet just doesn't look good at all.
No, yeah,
it's unrefined.
I thought we'd bring this one up just because it's out there and it's just something to talk about. But yeah, I'm generally not a fan of JCB's watch line. I just don't. The whole thing. Just I don't dig what they're doing. But this one, when I look at it as a two-tone watch, just looking at the dial, I'm like, it's okay. But then with the bracelet, man, I don't like what they've done with the bracelet at all. Yeah, I mean, this guy's smoking crack, man. Seriously, who's gonna pay? Who's buying these watches for that much? I don't really. Do you reckon the people are paying that much? No way. Like they'd be paying not even half that to get one of these. Like, I don't know. The designs have from a design point of view, they're just not my jam. I think they're really well made watches and they're finished really well and all that sort of stuff, but the designs just really lack. Like they're just nothing like design wise.
Right.
Good afternoon, Alex, Mr. Perpetual Time. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you in our chats. Hope you're doing well and keeping busy at the bench. He's one of the premier watchmakers.
Yeah.
What
about if you put this watch onto like a black strap, like a leather strap or something?
It would be better.
Maybe that's the saving grace. Throw the bracelet out.
It's hard to get past the bracelet. The awkward. It's awkward looking. It just.
Yeah, I know. That's why they're smoking crack in a lot of ways. Like the design team smoking crack, their marketing team smoking crack. The accountants are smoking crack. Like the whole fucking crew is on some hard drugs, man.
So I just thought I'd finish off with some discontinued two-tone watches. Do we wish they'd come back or not? Do we wish they'd bring them back? So the first one was the Bulgari Octo Solo Tempo Automatic. That's a bit of a mouthful. 38mm, steel and rose gold, silver dial, caliber BVL 191 with Code de Genève. This was price on application. What do you think to the Octo Finissimo two-tone?
Oh, this is the Finissimo.
Yeah.
I love the Finissimo. I just think it's such a unique watch, but just so many people think that the watch head is way too big for the wrist.
I think it's a Finissimo. It looks a bit too long for a Finissimo, doesn't it?
I think this is a different one.
Yeah, it's not
I think
the
it might just be
Roma,
the Octo, is it?
No, this is the Solo. I can't read.
Octo Solo
Oh,
Tempo, it says.
Yeah.
Octo Solo Tempo.
Yeah, no, I don't find that offensive in any way, shape, or form. I think it's really well executed.
Yeah,
Really
there's
nice.
nothing wrong with it.
I'd say, well, if you tried it on, you might have an issue with just the width of the bracelet relative to the watch head and how to taper. Like, it is like a bangle. They wear almost like a large bangle as opposed to your traditional watch. But like, it's another watch brand that does something that's uniquely Bulgari, and that has to be lauded. Like, it's a good execution. Gerald Genta inspired as well. I've always loved the Finissimo. But yeah, I like the Finissimo. A lot of people think it's too big. I think it's very cool.
Just posting link for Alex if he wants to join, hop on. So we don't like the Octo. No.
It's just doing nothing for me, this watch, at all. It
Yeah.
just does nothing for me at all.
Yeah.
These, you either love these or you hate them. I don't think anyone's ever in the middle on those.
Yeah, it's a Marmite job.
Alex, how you doing? You well, my friend?
Right, you okay? You all right?
Doing okay.
How's everyone?
Hi, Alex.
Hi,
Good, mate.
you all right?
Buddy.
Okay.
You're a big two-tone fan, aren't you? You wear a two-tone Submariner, don't you?
A Tissot.
A two-tone Submariner.
Oh yeah, I've got the Submariner ceramic, the Bumblebee. Yeah. My father's got the all gold blue one. The ceramic all blue.
Yeah, that's Oshin's one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that one. The Dancer. What do they call it? What's it
That was
called?
just another bluesy.
Yeah, I just know it is the bluesy. Yeah, it's a fuck you watch, isn't it?
Big
True
fan.
though. Anyone who wears a watch like that has done all right, haven't they? I mean, it's an expensive thing.
Yeah.
My dad walks
Legitimate
around on
or
the beach in
illegitimate means.
Cyprus. He wears it every day on the beach, and there's actually people that come up to him and ask him, "Is it real?" He just looks at them.
Really?
And goes, yeah. When he was bringing his car into Cyprus, there was a guy in an office room and just literally opened the door, walked up to him, and says, "Is that watch real?" My dad goes, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "Oh, okay," and then sits fucking back down. Like, what was the point of that? But I noticed you were talking about your Finissimo.
Yeah, that one that I just brought up earlier, the two-tone. What do you think to that?
I think that's terrible, but the best one is the Octo Finissimo, the very thin one. That one is a Roma, is it? Is that called a Roma?
No, the very thin ones, the I forget the name of it, but the
Ultra
2mm one.
No, the one that's about 12 grand, stainless steel on a blue dial, brand new.
Oh right, yeah.
That is a really.
There's the Finissimo, which is more refined, and then the predecessors to that was the Octo Roma, which to all intents and purposes look the same, but it's thicker.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not a good watch, that Roma one. Having said that, I mean, I supplied one some years back for Paul Thorpe on a It was a gold one on a rubber strap, I think, and that was impressive because the build quality was exceptional, and like the box that it came in was amazing. I was actually quite astonished by the box.
What about the Laureato then? Would we like to see this come back? This has been discontinued. The pink and red gold, titanium and red gold GP Laureato. 50-meter water resistant, 54 hours power reserve, caliber. No, it's a long caliber name. I'm not going to read that. But it's a GP caliber. What do you think to this one?
GP struggle just selling the steel ones, man. Let alone make two-tone. You know,
You think?
Yeah, I reckon. I was having a chat with someone about GP the other day. It's like they just get no love, man. Like they're not a popular brand at all. Like on the secondary market, they fucking tank. Like they're maybe it's the price. I don't know what it is. I just don't get why they're not popular. Like you guys tell me, why is there no love for GP?
It's because of their marketing, and they did the kiss of death by grouping up with Ferrari some years ago. I never forget when I worked at Watch of Switzerland, we couldn't get rid of the damn things. They were just sat in the safe looking at us.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah, they're not. No one really talks about GP. I mean, even the Golden Bridge. What was it? The Golden Bridge that they did or something with a tourbillon. It was like a glass case, square. I think it was GP that did that. Very similar to the Corum. The Corum movement, square movement, but they're not really. I mean, when I see that watch, I think of TPG.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, he ruined it, didn't he?
His gentleman, he sprints a $2 million gold, full gold Chopard gold, didn't he?
He did.
But like even before TPG though, like they were just like no one really talks about
I like the Laureato. I like Laureato.
I do too.
I must admit, yeah.
I think it's a fucking great watch.
Yeah.
I think
It's a cool watch. Cool watch.
Not in two-tone though, but not in two-tone. I wouldn't want this to come back. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think that works quite well with the rose gold and blue dial. It doesn't
You're a
offend
gold
me.
day, Thomas.
Say again, Alex.
You're a gold date, man. I can imagine you wearing a gold date.
No.
Yeah.
Well, after seeing them last year, Watches and Wonders, those ombre dials are really nice. Yeah.
Are you going, aren't you?
Yeah, going this year, yeah.
Are you going on your own or?
No, going with some friends. So, another watch, would we like this to come back? The AP 15400 Royal Oak. Now, this is a 41 millimeter. This watch in 36, which is a 550, which is an identical design and colorway. It's still on the AP website, but that is 36 millimeters. So, and that's in the women's category. So, this is actually categorized as a women's watch in 41 as well. So, but would men wear it? I mean, well, what do you think? It's got this sort of like a silver dial, white dial, sorry. What do we think to this, Royal Oak? Nice? Not nice?
If the dial was a bit darker, like give us a dark dial, dark grey or black, then that would change the game, I reckon. This white dial just makes it look feminine and just looks like whatever. Give it a bit of a darker dial just to dress it up a bit. That would be cool. Not sure if I'd wear it, but it would look better.
Yeah. Any other opinions? Ben, Mark?
And I'm not a massive Royal Oak fan, not a massive fan of the sharp edges, and I actually think the GP Laureato does a really good job of. It's like smoothing out the edges of a Royal Oak. In terms of the colorway there, I'd actually prefer the Speedmaster, the two-tone Speedmaster we looked at earlier, which is a similar colorway but with the Moonshine Gold, which is their yellow gold.
Yeah.
I will be a more masculine 42 mil.
Here's a good question from Skip Intro. How many among us learn to love watches due to an uncle or father with a two-tone watch? Not me.
Yeah, not me.
Not me.
No.
Alex, did you learn to love watches because your dad had a gold watch?
Did I what? Sorry.
Learn to love watches due to an uncle or father with a two-tone watch or a gold watch.
Well, obviously, a good Rolex Day gets all the women, Thomas. They see that on your wrist. You'll be like a rack up a drain pipe. You know that. You'll be like a celebrity. You'll have like women all around you. That's a masculine watch.
Well, Abdul had got his grandfather's two-tone Datejust, so I'm sure he would have got that love for two-tone from that watch that he's got now, which is pretty cool.
Well, Madman says he did. Oh, Madman. So Madman got. So that's the answer to your question, Skip Intro. We got one person in the chat who did.
My dad had a €30 Festina.
Really?
Mm.
So what about the next watch? You said you didn't like that Royal Oak with white dial. I think you probably like this Royal Oak a bit more. JTB. Offshore from 2016.
No.
One of 300 Boucher edition.
No.
Alex says no already.
No. Shall I tell you why?
Gold bezel with strap links, blue dial and leather strap. Go on, Alex. Tell us why.
Right. Okay. So they're expensive to service. The movements are not reliable. The crowns are fiddly. Screw down crown just feels like something off a Tissot. It's overpriced, easily scratches, doesn't hold much value. It's not. You want to get a Royal Oak automatic, not a Royal Oak offshore. They are not reliable. They're expensive for what they are, and they're so well faked as well. Really? I just think when I see that watch, it's not for me. Not.
Yeah,
not
I've never been an offshore fan as well.
No.
Really?
Yeah, like I just feel like for me, if I'm gonna get an AP chrono, I'll just get the Royal Oak chrono. You know what I mean? Like that's a much more elegant.
Yeah.
You can wear it. It's just a better watch for me. Like this watch is, to me, I feel like offshores is something that like Arnold Schwarzenegger sort of made popular. Big beefy guys, you need to show something off and have a big watch on your wrist. If that's what you want to do, fine. But for me, I'm much more on the more chilled vibe with the regular AP Royal Oak.
Look, I mean, if you can afford them, but just bear in mind that the movement that they use, I just think it's terrible.
Really?
No, I don't rate it. It's just the bolt-on mechanism as well.
Okay, we'll do chat one. Skip Intro saying, I can't stand the hate for two-tone. It's so offensive.
There's a lot of love for two-tone here.
There's no hate, Skip Intro. We like two-tone.
Fucking be more positive, Skip Intro. Come on, mate.
I think there's a lot of love for two-tone in this stream.
Yeah. Okay, so we didn't like the we didn't like the first Royal Oak with white dial. We didn't like the offshore. I really like this one.
AP for me, it's steel or ceramic.
This is another AP. This is the remaster one that they did in 2020. Limited to 500 pieces. This is a rose gold case and a yellow gold dial, which I find a bit funny, on a steel with steel lugs. So it's sort of two-tone mishmash. But I love this chronograph. I don't know what you think about it, everyone. The remaster one. I know the remaster 2, the Brutalist design square one, was a bit of a lot of people were torn between that one. But I really like this. What do you think? I know you chronograph guy, JCB. Start off.
My initial thought was it's really cool because it's just a real weird fucking thing. But then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's such a mash of stuff. Like there's rose gold, yellow gold, steel. It's almost like that's too many different metals for me on this one. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and then the subdials are kind of different color. Maybe it's just a bit. Yeah, it's a bit too much for me. This one, man. I'll give it a pass. I'm gonna give it.
Can we have a look at the? Can we have a look at the glass back? Just want to see the movement. Can we zoom in? Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's the vertical in the movement?
Does look a bit slightly stamped out sort of look. But how old is the watch?
2020 he came out.
This came out in 2020. It looks about 60 years old.
Yeah, where's the finishing on the movement? You've just got this rotor covering up. Like all the pieces just look like they've come out of a fucking swatch factory or something.
It's pretty stamped look, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Like just up Thomas' Street, isn't it?
No polishing.
It's absolutely up Thomas' Street there.
Oh, Alex.
Fucking jumble sale, Thomas. Thomas with his jumble sale fucking watches. Sorry, I got to stop swearing. You know.
Thanks,
I like
Alex.
that one. I love that one. How much is it? 10 grand. I'll take it.
Cheers, mate.
I beg to differ. Tom only buys appreciating discontinued Rolex.
He breaks my heart, Thomas. He WhatsApp me pictures of Omegas that he's got that are like older than Gandhi's flip flop, and he just loves them.
Okay, I'm going to do it. Patel said it was disappointing from AP. James said it looks like a Langer boring watch.
What did you think, Tom? What did the rest of the guys think of that one?
Well, I like a bezel on a watch. Like the dial was just too big. Wouldn't be crazy about the lugs. I wouldn't be crazy about the thinness of the case. Yeah, not for me. And the case back looks a bit weird.
They should have done manual wind instead.
Fucking weird.
I saw you guys dissing Beaver's watch. What's the beef with Beaver?
Oh, it was awful. I thought it was horrible. $500,000 for a Torbian. What was it? Was it a mini repeater as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mini repeater.
Have you seen it though? You've not held it though.
Never held one. No.
Well, that's a watch that you have to hold. That's a watch that you have to physically see.
Yeah,
because you can't. You know what I mean? It's like a painting. You know, it's the amount of detail that's gone into a painting. You can't see that on a TV. You have to physically go.
Oh, sure.
And sit and look at it. So, and don't forget Beaver. If it wasn't for Beaver, the watch industry wouldn't.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not taking that away from him at all. I mean, he saved AP, he saved Omega, he saved loads of other brands. Blancpain. He's an absolute hero of the watch industry. Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
More of like how he got Omega back on the scene with the Seamaster James Bond. I don't know the Blancpain. I mean, okay, Blancpain were just in the shits, weren't they? Let's be honest.
But he bought them and sold them back to Swatch for $60 million.
Yeah,
he bought and sold back.
He bought the brand for something like 500,000. No, 50,000.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing. Yeah.
He bought them for
Basically got it for
50,000 and had sold them back to Swatch for 60 million.
Yeah, but
after they revived the brand.
Wasn't Blancpain's slogan that we'll never make a mechanical watch?
We'll never make a quartz watch.
Quartz.
Sorry, quartz. Sorry, did I say mechanical? We'll never make a quartz watch. Yeah, that was their drive.
And then Swatch went and made Blancpain swatches.
Do you know what Beaver's other passion is?
No.
Cheese. He loves cheese. I'm not joking.
Cheese. All right. Okay.
Yeah, he makes like cheese. I mean, don't forget there was that Moser watch that was made out of cheese. Remember?
Yeah, the Swiss cheese watch. Yeah.
Tell me something, Thomas. Could you imagine sat in a meeting and everyone sat there and they say, "Oh, let's make a watch out of cheese. That's a great idea." Don't you think that's an absolute piss take of the watch industry?
Well, that's most of it. They like to have fun. They got a weird, fun sense of humor, and they made an Apple Watch, the Swiss Alps watch. They made the Apple Watch copy. They made a watch with grass that comes out of it. That I saw Watches Wonders last year. They make all sorts of wacky watches, but I would rather Moser do more. I mean, they own precision engineering, so I would rather they do more movement sort of development rather than just doing lots of fads like the collaboration with the Studio Underdog. I get that being a Studio Underdog watch. Watch, but the Moser version I didn't like. Didn't like it as much.
Well, look, I mean, for a gentleman to design a watch and to have that much success is pretty. He did it at the right time. He's an innovator. He's done very well out of it.
Ed Malin is very good.
The quality of them. Well, actually, once again, if you were to look at that watch and never actually physically hold one of those Studio Underdogs, you would think, what a load of, But when you actually hold them and for what you get, it's actually not bad at all. And he's pretty open in terms of, well, they're not Swiss made, let's be honest. He's not like trying to disguise them as being Swiss made, like a lot of companies pretend that they're Swiss made when they're not. Do you know how many Swiss watch companies are not Swiss made? Most of their parts are made in China.
Yeah, loads of them. Yeah,
massive amount. You will not believe it. There's a very famous. There's a watchmaker on Instagram. I don't know, he's Irish or Scottish, but he's been exposing like Omega of what they've been up to, and I think he even lost his job because he's kind of like saying how Omega are, basically getting most of their parts made in China. Well, obviously, it's just the industry.
Anyway, back on track. We've just got a couple more watches to go over. Would you like the 5980 Nautilus steel and rose gold to come back? Blue gradient dial with gold indices, 60-minute and 12-hour chrono counter dials. What do you think of this one? You like this one?
Sick, man.
You like this, JCB? What about you, Ben? You like this one?
No, I'm just not a Nautilus fan, Tom. Be it steel or in rose gold.
No,
I do like a blue dial with rose gold, but just not a Nautilus fan. I'd actually prefer the Gerard Perigo Laureato, the one that we looked at to this watch, and that's why I wish GP had more love, because I presume the GP you can pick up for like 15,000 euro dollars, whereas this, especially if it's discontinued, you're probably talking.
It's a 65.
65. Okay, so like for a fraction of the price, for a quarter of the price, I think you get a better looking watch.
What do you think, Mark? Are you a fan?
Yeah, it's not a bad watch. I mean, Actually, I think I like the Bell and Ross better than this one too.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
Bill says infinitely watch. It's hard to please Bill. So we'll get out to the last one, and it came out in a revival in gold, which I really liked. It came out recently in steel, which wasn't too popular. Do you think it would come out in two-tone? This is the last thing. Do you think the Vacheron 222, this is a mid-sized two-tone, 34mm original from whenever, from the back in the day, using a caliber 1124 Vacheron caliber integrated bracelet. Do you think that the Vacheron are going to milk it and bring out a two-tone version? It is their anniversary. It's a 270th anniversary this year, so
I can see that there's a very definite possibility of that, given that it's in their back catalogue and they're already released a couple of variations of the 222. I would say that's quite a distinct possibility that will happen in the next couple of years. It's quite a nice looking watch. Again, probably what's the diameter on that, Tom? Is small. Is it probably a lady's watch as such?
It's a 34. This one, yeah.
Oh yeah. A beautiful, beautiful lady's watch.
Too small.
I reckon they should bring it out because people seem to love the 222, right?
Yeah.
Like it's super popular, and why not milk it and give something else to the punters to go and line up for?
Thomas,
Yeah.
I want to go and get a shower. Okay, thank you for having me on.
Okay, I'll just drop a link to your channel, Alex. And
By the way, can I tell you something, Thomas?
what's that?
There's two things certain in life. You know what they are?
Go on, hit me.
That you're going to die, and Panerai are going to make an edition of it. Do you know how many editions Panerai has made?
No, go on.
A lot.
I've got
A
one.
lot.
I've
We're going to
got
go
one.
for a number there, man. Come on.
They've made so many editions, Panerai, lost track. One of the very few brands that they can't even tell if their watches are fake themselves. They're, the very first ones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So check out Alex's channel. He did some great watchmaking videos and some great. He did a great one on the fixing of his tutor's watch, which was really, really interesting. That one, I really enjoyed that video, Alex.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really nice. That must be a privilege to fix your tutor's watch.
Oh, yeah, because Chris Simpson, he taught a lot. He taught, how many students would he have taught? About 30, maybe 40. And he chose me. So, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
Yeah, great privilege. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it, really. Thanks to everyone who's been on today. Thank you to JCB. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Luke Mark. Thank you to Abdul, our watches. Thank you to Alex Foti, Perpetual Time.
Foti, not Foti, Foti.
Foti, I said Foti.
Fotia. Fire.
Fotia.
It means light and fire. Fotia means fire and Fodi means light.
Alexandro Fotia.
Fodio, yeah, okay. Oh my God, he's Greek.
No. Yeah, thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and spread the word to your friends about the channel. And Yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. So, Mark, do you want to drop the link to your channel quickly?
Sure, hold on.
There's going to be a Patek Mark stream tomorrow. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern time, or that's at 3 p.m. GMT.
3 p.m. GMT. There you go. Boom.
There we go. There's a link to it. So, Patek Mark. Okay, so thanks to everyone who joined us today. Thanks to all of you in the chat. You're the ones we do it for. And great to see you all. Yeah. Sorry for keeping you, Madman, but at least you won a prize. So don't get in touch with WhatsApp me or JCB or whoever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll message it to you, Thomas. Yeah, it's all good.
Nice one.
All right, later. Good show.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
The cat wants to cook him. Okay, take care. See you in the next one, guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.